In order to soar to new heights, one of the things I learned from Earl Nightingale is, let us say, mindset development. Together, please, mindset development. Yeah, see, you don't get in life what you want, you get in life what you are. You have to work on your mindset. Most people never achieve their goals because they don't know that they don't know and they think they know. Most people are just like Zig, who's I consider the #1 motivational speaker on the planet. He said that most people like the lumberjack whose wood production dropped by 40% because he wouldn't take the time to sharpen his axe. Those of you that are here for the first time, if you want to come back again, I can tell you the veterans who are here and been coming for 40 years or more, those are individuals who spend time working on themselves, developing themselves, expanding their minds. They know, as a man thinketh, so is he. They know in order to have the things tomorrow that others won't have, you've got to be willing to do the things today others won't do, like work on your mind. Here's something else. Repeat after me, please. Put your money where your mouth is. Mr. Washington said, Mr. Brown, what do you want to do with your life? I said, sir, I want to be successful, sir. I want to make my mother proud of me. He said, Mr. Brown, put your money where your mouth is. He said, develop your communication skills. He said, because once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. He said, listen to Paul Harvey. He's the world's greatest communicator. Success leaves clues. As you're here for the conventions, for the workshops, for the seminars, watch the top performers. They are master communicators. Follow them. Get a mentor. Why? Because you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. You need someone to coach you as you begin to look at new heights, going to new levels. In order to do something you've never done, you've got to become someone you've never been. You've got to die to who you are now for who you can become. Let us say together, you got to be hungry together, please. He said, young man, how are you going to reach your goal of making your mother proud? Sir, I'd like to be a disc jockey. He said, you got to be hungry. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, people that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry never give up. You got to be hungry. I said, sir, I am hungry, sir. I want to make something of my life. All my life I've told I'll never be much in life. I'm not as smart as my brother or my sister at the University of Miami. But my mother, she believes in me, sir, and I want her to be proud of me. He said, good. He said, be ye not conformed to this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. He said, take an hour every day to read 10 to 15 pages of something positive and listen to a motivational message every day. I encourage you to do this, the veterans as well as the new people. Take the time every day, the hour for you of reading positive things every day. We're living in a very negative time now. Things are very challenging. This is the age of what the late Peter Drucker calls the era of the 3 C's: accelerated change, overwhelming complexity, and tremendous competition. In order to make it, you've got to know that it's possible and that it's necessary and that it's you. George Bernard Shaw said, the people who make it in this life look around for the circumstances that they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. Let us say together, it's hard. Say it again like you know it. It's hard. Sometimes governmental agencies and policies working against you. It's hard when there are shifts in the economy. It's hard when people don't know the value of preparing for the future and protecting themselves and their families. It's hard when you have challenges yourself. It's hard for people to see the value of protecting their financial resources, and at the same time they're making decisions with the limited resources they have, of taking care of their parents, or taking care of their children, and providing for themselves. It's hard. Easy is not an option. And those who will make it will find reasons to make it. Let us say together, but it's worth it. Nietzsche said, if you know the why for living, you can endure almost anyhow. What will make it worth it for you as you go to the seminars and the workshops? What are the things that you're going to take away and begin to implement those things to begin to soar to new heights and begin to achieve the things that you know in your heart of hearts that you can achieve? Those of you that will find those compelling reasons, I can just tell you, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you as you begin to soar to new heights. And so he said, what do you want to do, young man? I said, sir, I'd like to be a disc jockey. He said, very good. Continue to listen to Paul Harvey. He's the world's greatest communicator. He's a master storyteller. He said, you want to learn how to speak and hold people's attention. You want to be able to give them special moments. You want to be able to communicate with them and transcend the microphone. He said, I want you to come up with your format. I want you to come up with your style of programming. I said, sir, I want to be a disc jockey, but I don't have a job yet. And then he quoted Whitney Young. He said, Mr. Brown, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. You got to be hungry. I said, yes, sir. I am hungry, sir. And so I began to prepare myself. And that's what you want to do. You want to begin to prepare yourself. Why? You want to begin to operate as you think about your goals and the things you want to achieve. As you begin to envision going to new heights, you want to see yourself there. Let us say together, I expect to soar to new heights. Yeah, so you want to have the spirit of expectation. And so I did the things that he suggested. And then I came to him. I said, sir, I've done everything that you've said. He said, good. He says, now you've got to go out into the marketplace and face the music, young man. But don't forget, you've got to be hungry. I said, why do you continue to say that? You don't have a college education? No, sir. The things that you want to do is very competitive out there. Yes, sir. You're going to face a lot of rejection. Yes, sir. But let me tell you, young man, if you're hungry enough and relentless and unstoppable, the world will make a place for you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your sharing that with me. I went to apply for a job on Miami Beach. Milton Butterball Smith was the program director. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I'd like to be a disc jockey. Young man, you have any journalism in your background? No, sir, I don't. You have any experience in broadcasting? No, sir, I don't, but I practice all the time. Please, sir, all I want is a shot. Let me show you how good I am. He said, I'm sorry, we don't have any job for you. How many have ever been rejected? Raise your hands, please. Yes. Repeat after me, please. Make know your vitamin. I went back and I said, Mr. Washington, they said no. He said, don't take it personally. Most people are so negative, they have to say no 7 times before they say yes. He said, you got to be hungry. Make know your vitamin. Every no brings you a step closer to a yes. I said, thank you, sir. I went back again. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I like to be a disc jockey. Young man, weren't you here yesterday? Yes, sir, I was. Didn't I tell you no yesterday? Yes, sir, you did. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not somebody was laid off or somebody was fired, sir. Nobody was laid off or fired. Now, don't you come back again. I came back the next day. Hello, Mr. Butterball. How are you, sir? My name is Les Brown, sir. I like to be a disc jockey. I know what your name is. Weren't you here the last 2 days? Yes, sir. Didn't I tell you no the last 2 days? Yes, sir. Then why are you back today? Well, sir, I didn't know whether or not someone got sick or someone died, sir. No one got sick or died. No one was laid off or fired. Now, don't you come back here again. I came back the next day talking loud, looking happy like I'd seen you for the first time. I said, hello, Mr. Butterball, how are you? He's looked at me with frustration. He said, go get me some coffee. I said, yes, sir. I became the errand boy for the disc jockeys. I became their servant. I'd go get their lunch and their dinner and their food. How many of you are serious about soaring to new heights? Raise your hands, please. Very good. Write this down and remember this. Provide more service than you get paid for. Provide more service than you get paid for. If you talk to the top performers, they provide more service than they get paid for. They know the industry, they know the competition, they know the customer, they know what their needs are. They don't just anticipate their needs, they go beyond their needs, and they provide more service than they get paid for. They become involved in the community. They're making a difference. They have a presence. They're working hard. They're working their pipeline. They don't care about what's happening out in the world, what the media is saying. They are making things happen by providing more service that they get paid for. So on the weekends, the disc jockeys would come out in the parking lot and say, whoa, who waxed my car? I did, sir. How much do I owe you? Oh, nothing, sir. I just want to be of service. See, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. You want to build relationships. Let us say build relationships. Yes, in order to soar to new heights, you must build relationships. And so he said, hey, look, Donna Ross and the Supremes are coming to town. The Four Tops and the Temptations. Here are my car keys. Pick them up and take them to the Fontainebleau Hotel on Miami Beach. I said, thank you. I would drive them all over Miami Beach in the disc jockeys' big long Cadillacs. I didn't have any driver's license, but I was driving like I had some. Then one day, Mark, it was a Saturday afternoon, and a disc jockey by the name of Rockin' Roger was drinking while he was on the air. Rockin' Roger got so drunk, he could not complete his show, Jocelyn. And there I was, the only one there, looking at him through the control room window. He began to slur his words, about to fall off the chair. And there I was, walking back and forth, young, ready, and hungry. I was saying, drink, rock, drink. Drink, rock. I'd have gone and get him some more if he'd asked me to. Then pretty soon the phone rang. It was the general manager, and I answered the phone. I said, hello? He said, young boy, this is Mr. Klein. I said, I know. He said, Rock can't finish his program. I said, I know. He said, would you call one of the other DJs in? I said, yes, sir. I hung the phone up. I said, now he must think I'm crazy. I called my mama and my girlfriend, Cassandra. I said, y'all come out on the front porch and turn up the radio. I'm about to come on the air. I waited for about 20 minutes, and I called him back. I said, Mr. Klein, I can't find nobody. He said, young boy, do you know how to work the controls? I said, yes, sir. He said, go in there and play the records, but don't you say anything. I said, yes, sir. I couldn't wait to get old Rock out of the way. I put on a fast record. I said, look out, this is me, LB Triple P. Les Brown, your platter playing papa. There were none before me, and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only. Young and single and love to mingle, certified, bona fide, doubly qualified to bring you satisfaction and a whole lot of action. Look out, baby, I'm your love man. I was hungry. I was hungry. Shake someone's hand on your right and left. Look them in the eyes and say, you got to be hungry. Do this right now. Say, you got to be hungry. The people that will soar to new heights, that will honor the past, embrace the present, and enhance the future, those individuals are hungry. Those individuals are unstoppable. Those are individuals, when they face some tough time, when life knocks them down, they fall on their backs because they know if you can look up, you can get up, and your hunger will help you get back up again. So I'd like to leave this with you. As you begin to look toward the future, recognizing once again what we said earlier, you are the beneficiaries of the past. You are the trustees of the present and the architects of the future. To soar to new heights. I like to leave this with you. My mother used to love to hear me say, Leslie, yes, ma'am, I'm going to say that thing for me, son. That makes me feel good. My goal at this stage is to train and to develop other speakers. I'm in my Colonel Sanders years. I'm 63 now. The young men are watching me and say, does the old man still have the juice? My goal is to reduce the number of women who die from breast cancer. My mother was a 22-year breast cancer conqueror. My goal is to reduce the number of men who die from prostate cancer. My goal is to impact the lives of young people, to teach them how to develop their minds, how to dress like a prospect rather than a suspect. What are your goals? What will your contribution be? I'd like to leave this with you as you begin to soar to new heights. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, and if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it, and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famish, or gulf, sickness or pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, and with the help of God, you'll get it. Soar to new heights. Thank you very much.